I'm known as Fred Kelly. I identify as Dunghutti. I was born in 1957, so I grew up on a mission, so I know what it's like to have your life controlled. I know what it's like not to be able to speak your own language in public. I also know how we were discouraged from not practicing any of our cultural activities at all. You could actually get in a lot of trouble when you do that. And partly that's why the reason why some of the boys ended up in Peninsula Boys Home. So we did speak our language, but it had to be very, very quietly and obviously without anyone knowing about it. So straight from hospital I went out to Burnt Bridge, which is where we were forced to live, under the Aboriginal Protection Act, under the Welfare Board, sorry. The Protection Board was before that. And I didn't know a lot of the stuff then, so I had to spend a lot of time with the elders, and I actually sat down and listened very, very quietly, and they told me a lot of stories. And in particular, the one that sort of like stuck in my mind first up is that we're known as the Morning Star people. So we would be known as the Wuttu Baya, Wuttu Baya, which is sunrise mob. So we're known as the custodians of sending the sun over to the people in Western Australia. A lot of times when we go into Central Australia or Western Australia, when they know straight away that we're from the Morning Star people. I'm Dunghutti on my mother's side. I'm Thunghutti on my dad's side. He was born under a tree at Bellbrook, the same tree as his father was born. And his name was Fred Kelly, the same as mine. My grandfather on the other side, after Spring Hill, he was born in Rowlands Plains, which isn't very far from where I'm actually sitting now. But my grandmother was born about 1 kilometre just down the road, under a tree. That was back in 1918. On my mum's side, we spent a lot of time on Fatarini Island, which is downriver from Kempsey. So I've actually got connections to Dunghutti and Thunghutti, which means I've got a very strong connection to the Macleay Valley. Now where I'm sitting now, I can actually see quite a lot of the storyline all the way down as far as Southwest Rocks. And that was basically areas where the men would actually sit on top of the hills and the mountains to make sure that the women and children were protected. The biggest asset for any particular tribe, group, clan, whatever you call it, are the children. If you don't have children, then your clan or your tribe's not going to last very long. So you'll find that a lot of the landscapes in this area, there were a lot of the men would be on guard all the time, sitting on top of these mountains and hills, protecting family. Like when I do welcome the country, I'll say Waika Maru, Waika Maru. Waika Maru means come well, means welcome. Dunghutti Guttenbari didn't. Dunghutti belongs to this country, where I am right now. Dunghutti belongs to this country. And then I start talking about Naya Dupin. I acknowledge Duni Babang, grandfather's son. Kitkain Balo, grandmother moon. Miyang, Yura, father sky. Nukabari, Mother Earth. Now, for the whole world to be at peace and for things to work out really, really well, is that all of those needs to be balanced. Individual people have individual totems, bagar, we call it. Some people have, like my totem is the possum. I inherited that from my great-great-great-grandfather. It was known as Willow Bajar. Willow Bajar, translated in Dunghutti, means possum, old man possum. and his name was Springhill Jack, otherwise known as Jack Springhill. So that was my great-great-great-grandfather. So that's part of my heritage, is the possum. Now, one of the major totems for Dunghutti and Thunghutti people is Gurrugan. Gurrugan is the praying mantis. And there is a story that goes with that. I'm not going to share it right now, but I will in future. Very special story going back to creation. If you have a look at the Macleay Valley, there's actually studies going to be undertaken shortly about one of the really significant areas, and that's our midden, which isn't all that far from here. The Crescent Edge is actually the site where the first mainland successful native title claim was put in. That was 25 years ago. So I'm considered to be a traditional owner for this area. And my great-grandmother lived out of a place, not all that far from here, but it's out at Racecourse. She was known as Granny Cochrane, born Kate Dates. Very strict woman. Like, there are so many sites. Freshwater is one. Another one is a thing called Guyai. Guyai is an increased site. And people ask, what's that? Well, there's special areas where there's a dreaming story attached to the creation of certain. So right here, not far from here, down at Point Plummer is actually the dreaming area and the increased site for the jewfish. And there's also stingrays not far from there as well. So what had happened, a lot of these are food sources, and with your totem, you're not allowed to eat your totem, you're actually a custodian. You're the protector. Yeah, and you'd have to know everything about what that totem is. You'd have to know their birth cycle, how often they reproduce. If Dunghutti people and Aboriginal people around Australia didn't have a proper conservation system in place, like the totem system, we wouldn't have kangaroos right now. They would have all been extinct. But a lot of the knowledge was about how to, like when you start talking about sustainability, really, you talk about abundance, like once again, really, there was a first perfect system for conservation in place, and that's been ignored. In some places, totally ignored. So you can see that when I talk about law, L-O-R-E, it's about the connection, the country. It's about being able to see things. Recognising that all of the living things and that'll